Yo, 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 what up, y'all? We back over here for day three, I guess you could call it. I made some pencil marks on there because as I was getting ready to get my measurements for the tile, I mean, it shrunk down some, you can see. So I'm just gonna do another skim coat. It's not horrible. And also I was checking the straightness so I could get a height. And I noticed there's about a 1/4 inch crown. And my bad, I hit it with my finger. There's about a 1/4 inch crown in this board right here, and it does it on both sides. So if I was to put a string line all the way across from corner to corner, then this would be sticking up a 1/4 inch. So I'm just gonna bring all of that up in here and up in there, and it'll be smooth. And then whenever I use my trowel, it'll be ready to go. Also, I got a little lump over here in this corner that I'm gonna chisel out ahead of time. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull my measurements while it's dry. Then I'll go ahead and I'll run my skim coat, cut my tile, and then by the time I get those cut, it'll be dry enough to lay it. All right, y'all. So I got everything marked out, transferred my center mark to down here so I can get my tile laid out down here. I went and measured my actual tiles, and it says 24 by 48, but it's a little bit smaller. It's like 46 and a half this way, like 22 and 5/8. But I mean, it's still gonna work. We had to cut them anyway. But anyway, I set my blocks up, ran my string line across there so I can get a nice straight line. Figured out my height that I'm gonna go with here. I picked the biggest one on there. On top of that, it's going to set this piece something like this, my little trim edge, but it's not going to sit up that high, of course. It's going to sit right there with the tiles, and then these are going to come out and they're going to cap it. So I'm going to end up with two big pieces here, and then two smaller triangles here, and I'll keep all my lines going the same. Or I might break that up. I don't know. No, I'm gonna keep them going the same so it looks more like a solid piece. And then on here, I found out this one with 46 and a half, it's gonna just fit right here when I put my trim up there. So it's gonna work out perfect. And then we'll have the other ones going up the side. We'll be good to go. I'm gonna go get started on cutting now. All right, y'all. So I grabbed the tile that I need, and the first thing that I like to do, me personally, especially when you're dealing with tiles with patterns, is me personally, I like to look at the grains, see the way it lines up on the ends, on any of the corners of it. And then I'm picking these two next to each other on the flat part. So it looks more like one continuous piece, even though we're gonna have a small 16th inch grout line in between it. But it gives it more of a solid look and makes it look more like, like real marble and stuff. All right, I'm about to get to laying it up. All right, so just a little quick tutorial on how I got my numbers with my angles. I know angles confuse people sometimes. So how to get this angle here. And what I did, that's why I put my center line right here. I know this is going to be my square edge that's going to come up to my chalk line here because your tile has a thickness, so you got to add that in. Also, you got to add for your trowel, which is like on this one, we're using the 1/4 inch one. All right, so anyway, from there, I know that from here to here, I have two square corners. So my first corner is I'm gonna get this point where the tile hits the wall right here. So that's coming from the outside of here to right here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I got a little square mark there. And then that's how I got my 5 3/8 for that. Then my other one, I'm gonna come from here and then go to this corner right there where it meets the wall at. And then that's 35. And also I have my square mark on how far to come out right here, which is my 17 and a quarter. Show y'all what I did on the tile. All right, so this is my tile. In reference to what I was showing y'all before, this is my one square corner here and my straight side that goes all the way down. Then this is the second square corner here. I'm still gonna have to cut out another small triangle. So this is where I pulled my 5 3/8 right there. And I got this number on the side. You have to do it right on the edge, the very, very edge, or else if you come over some, it's gonna throw your angle off. Then next, I pulled my 17 and a quarter to there, 17 and a quarter to there. I made that line going all the way across. And then I came and I pulled my number that I pulled off the line in there. That's that corner over there. And I pulled all the way to where it hit the corner of the wall right there, the 34 15/16. And then once I had that, then I made a mark on this line, this point here, on this edge, and on this edge right here. And then I scribed those lines right down there. And it should fit like a charm. We got everything square, so. All right, so we got the first one cut. Looking good, about to go dry fit it. See how it works. All right, so here we go. Give it a shot. Get a glimpse of what we're gonna be looking like here. All right, all right. Not too bad, not too bad. Doesn't look too bad right there. See, I got a little gap and everything right there. But that's gonna be fine. Because you can see my corner's not lined up where it needs to be at right now. So that means I'm gonna have to trim this little notch out here and let it go back there. I'm gonna have to trim it actually out of this side. So let's go do that and then come back. All right, so we got the first two of them cut up and looking good, looking good. I love the way the grains are matching. That's what I was trying to show y'all outside. Let's try to make the grains in there match best as possible. And then I'll do the same thing on this edge, you know, as close as I can. I'm not making the tile or anything. And just try to make it look like it's a solid piece. Go get the rest of them cut. All right, all the pieces are dry fitted on the top part. So now it's time to go mix my mud. All right, so now I got my mortar mix. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the tile down. I'm using a 1/4 inch trowel. Got the bucket scoop. Go ahead and get me some out. I know where my first piece is starting to end. So me personally, if I was you, I would try to keep that thin set out of your grout line, so you're not cleaning it up a bunch. Go ahead, start spreading this. And you basically want to go till you get a nice even spread on there. Got a little too much on there. Put that back in my bucket. Try to keep it somewhat clean. The less clean up, the better. All right, so then after you got all your thin set spread down there, you want to do something called back buttering. where you also do it to the back of the towel. That way, you know that you'll get a good stick. You can kind of stay away from the edges a little bit because when you level your towel down there and you beat it, it's going to push some of that thin set to the side. Just like that. So then, after you have your thin set there, I'm using these little clips right here. I'll show you how those go in a sec. And you want to take your towel and gently set it into place. Drop it right down into place. Check your marks. Check for squareness. Everything's pre-cut. So checking to make sure I don't have to fill in anywhere. And you stick your clips in. Goes on your edges. And pull your towels level. Check it for level. Looks like that side's a little high. Check the level this way. My front's a little high. And same with that. Front's a little high. All right. And then you just want to give it gentle taps. And you do that all around it until it's level. What's that? Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, so these clips that I have, they're like leveling clips basically. And there also works as spacers too. These are about a 16th. But you can see how this is sticking up a little bit. Same thing on this side. So then these, they have the little notches on them. You see them right there. And what it does is, as you slide them through that hole, it pulls your tiles level from the bottom. Because if you notice, they have the little feet on the bottom of them. So those underneath pull your tile up together and makes them level. And you just push it in there until you get them tight. And then they level out. Yeah, baby. All right, so last up, after I have all my tile set on this area, is I'm going to take a sponge and a bucket of water and just clean up as best I can now. So I'm not dealing with it later. You know? All right. This is what we're looking like. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. So that's it for today. We basically got the bottom part of the fireplace. I don't know. Maybe they call it a hearth, possibly. I don't know the name of it. We got tile on it. If y'all know the name, drop it down in the comments. But yeah, that's it for day 3. Because the first day I spent getting the materials and everything. I didn't show y'all when I had the tiles and stuff loaded up. Man, look, I was so nervous, so nervous coming across that causeway bumpy. Oh, anyway, but we made it. So that's gonna be the end of today. If y'all like the content, I'm coming with more. We're gonna finish up this fireplace. We're gonna be back here on Monday, getting it back in bright and early again. So, like I said, if you like the content, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Catch y'all next time. Peace.